Well, as it would turn out, my last video where we trashed my girlfriend's favorite childhood movie has accidentally left some tension in our relationship. But you know what? That's okay, because if there's anything that can save a relationship, it's helpful advice from the 1950s. Today we're going to explore a series of videos from decades past to see what kind of wisdom they can impart on our own relationships. And look, check it out. We're even, playing the part with this one. I got my 1950s pipe, my 1950s glasses, and my 1950s attitude. Hello, government. My neighbor's a commie, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't sleep in a separate bed from his wife. Now let's delve into the world of vintage relationship advice. So in this video, we look at how to actually tell if you're in love by investigating the story of two teenagers.
I love you, Nora. Do you love me?
Oh, I don't know, Jack.
You're the only girl I've dated in 2 months. You do love me, don't you?
I think so, but I'll have to think about it.
You've gotta think about it? Lady, this guy just told you that you're the only girl he's dated in 2 months. If that's not just pinnacle romance, I mean, what is?
How can you tell when you're really in love?
So Nora seeks the guidance of her mother, and in turn, her mother busts out the family photo album.
Snapshot?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do they have to do with love?
Here, look at this one.
Oh, Mother, did you have to keep that?
Now, compare that with this picture.
Oh, that's the boy who used to live next door. My, how he did love his teddy bear. Love?
Love?
Oh, do you remember this picture?
The captain of the football team.
Okay, I excuse the neighbor kid because it's the 50s, but why do you have a picture of the high school quarterback in your family photo album?
He never knew how much I loved him. I guess he never knew I existed at all.
Whoa! Okay, no! If he doesn't know you exist, how did you get a photo of him in the locker room? And also, once you get it, why'd you put it in your family photo album? That's the kind of picture you put in a shame box under your bed that police find after you die.
Oh, look, there's the couple who met at camp last summer. I certainly caught them.
Hey, Grandpa, do you have any pictures from when you were young?
Why, sure, Billy. I happen to have a photo album from my school days right here.
Awesome. Oh, is this you and Grandma?
No, Billy. That's just a couple that I caught making out in a car.
Oh, okay. Oh, but what about this one?
Well, that's just a couple that I caught making out in their bedroom.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ, Grandpa. There's a lot of naked people in this book.
Okay, Billy. I think it's time to give Grandpa back the book.
No, Grandpa, give me the book. No, Billy. Grandpa, come on.
What have you done? You don't know what love is yet.
Talking about music, have you heard the new recording of the Brahms Violin Concerto?
I guess I never really learned to appreciate classical music.
Now, to put her so-called love to the test, Nora and Jack go on a double date with Jack's roommate.
I'm going to have the leg of lamb.
Oh, well, I thought it would be fun to try a Chinese dish.
That's all right if you like that stuff. Me, I'll stick to the lamb.
This is a Chinese restaurant, right?
Never seen a Chinese doorbell before in my life.
I don't always feel at ease with Jack. He's so unpredictable. I guess I am too.
You hate to see it, but it happens too often. You think you're in love, and then your partner doesn't want to eat the exact same meal as you? It's the #1 killer of marriages.
Hey babe, I'm ordering dinner. I'm thinking Chinese.
Oh, actually, I was thinking Subway.
So I'm not good enough for you?
The message is there. Should you be calling it love when you've only been dating for 2 months? Probably not, I would say. I mean, there are a lot of important things that you need to get to know about one another.
Children. Oh, we've never talked about things like that. Or religion, or marriage, or money.
Yeah, and maybe cover your views on equality while you're at it. Or I guess don't. I mean, he's a racist, you're a voyeur. Maybe it's a match made in heaven.
You do love me, don't you?
But okay, alright, I think we got a pretty good handle now on what is love. So we can jump into the next step. In this video, we're going to explore how to know if we're actually ready for love by taking a look at two young people who have finally made the decision to go all in.
Oh, Larry.
Well, what's the matter?
It's the folks. They want me to finish 2 more years of schooling before I even get engaged. Oh, Larry.
I gotta say, I know I wasn't alive in the 50s, but it feels like a really bad sign when people from that decade, which is known for having people marry early, are telling you that it's too soon to get married. Even the 50s are against you on this one, man.
I'll bet we could get some advice from the marriage counselor over at the church. His name is Hall. Bill told me about him.
You've known each other for...
3 months, 1 week, 2 days, and 17 hours.
And you're 18, Sue? And 19, Larry?
I'm sorry. Okay. Alright. You're 18 and 19, and you've been dating for 3 months. Yo, stop the video. We got our answer. No, you should not be getting married at this point.
Might well ask yourself some questions before you get too serious about marriage.
What sort of questions?
We call this Cupid's checklist. Do you have similar backgrounds? Similar bases for your ideals and standards?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. When they say similar backgrounds, they might not actually say it's about race, but it still feels kind of racist.
Are you real friends? Comrades, pals, through thick and thin? And third, do you both understand marriage?
You know, this is actually a pretty interesting checklist. It's really got me rethinking just the criteria for marriage. Take my buddy Cortland, for instance. Do we have similar backgrounds? Oh, well, we went to the same school and we grew up in the same area, so yeah. Are we real friends? Yeah, we say I love you to each other every single time we say goodbye. Do we understand marriage? Well, yeah, he's married. Fuck, I should just marry Court.
Come over here a minute. Perhaps I can show you what I mean. What's that? I call it a marriage development board. As you grow up, you each develop separate and unique personalities. When you two met, there was probably an early physical reaction, a romantic attraction that pulled you together. Boing!
Even the pastor knows that the boing is a very important part of the relationship.
If your backgrounds are not similar enough, it can cause a great deal of argument and unhappiness until it's gone.
Where'd it go?
Our love!
Did you two ever see these figures on length of engagement and how it relates to chances for happiness in marriage?
No, I don't think they've seen the figures that you just pulled out of a secret compartment on your very specific relationship board. Come on, man.
Here's another angle that should interest you both.
Stop. There's so many hidden compartments in this thing. Why does he keep pulling them out like they're gags?
Wow. You know, now that you mention it, maybe it is a bad idea to marry someone we've only been dating for 3 months and not pursue an education because... Well, before you two make a final decision, I think you should have a look at this. Does that help or what?
Oh, I love this guy's office. So at the end of the day, this video kind of really just goes over the first video. You know, how do you know it's love? But with the added step of understanding marriage and maybe racism. But okay, looks like we're ready for marriage, and now nothing could ever go wrong.
It couldn't happen. It wouldn't happen.
But it just fucking did. So this video actually takes a look at how to handle marriage conflict by comparing 2 very similar arguments going on in 2 very similar homes. You got the Canes and the Adams.
But you have a big fat allowance filled right in the butt. Oh, boy, let's...
The Adamses and the Canes are at it again. In a moment, one of these pairs will begin to handle their conflict constructively.
I don't know. I would say that they are arguing constructively. If the end goal is that post-fight boing.
But okay, so both couples are arguing because the wives want to take a vacation to Mexico and the husbands just don't want to. But there is one major difference because the Adams are expecting.
I can see us now haggling with doctors to find out who's going to deliver the baby for $2.98 less than somebody else.
You are acting like a ninny.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you just call her a ninny?
I'm just a ninny.
Look, I understand how you feel. I'd like to break loose from the grind while we still can. But we're gonna need every penny, and we're gonna have less because you won't be working anymore.
So the Addams realize that just like every sitcom ever, their problem comes down to just bad communication, and they're actually able to laugh it off.
And for Pete's sakes, let's argue about what we can do, huh?
Meanwhile, over at the Canes,
I tell you what you can do.
You always do.
You can stop acting like a martyr every time I inject a little common sense into the discussion.
But I don't have any say.
Not when what you have to say is just plain stupid.
This isn't just a bad way to handle conflict. This is a bad relationship.
Now it's new carpets, new cars, big trips, any excuse for you to keep on working. Because that's what you really want.
Yeah, probably.
How would you know what I really want?
Have you ever heard of a family? Of children?
It was your idea to wait until you got established, until we had a family.
My idea was to wait until you grew up a little. A fine mother you'd make.
What did you want, dude? You just harassed her for not wanting kids, and then turned around and said she'd be a terrible mother. What do you want?
with both the Canes and the Addamses, it's clear that there is much more involved here than the disagreement over money with which the quarrels began.
Like Mr. Kane's sexual incompetence. So this video actually has a pretty clear takeaway. I mean, both couples don't really handle the conflict that well, but on one hand, Mr. Kane is straight up a b-hole.
Oh, brother. Tears.
And on the other hand, the Addams do realize that they shouldn't be bringing up irrelevant issues and they should just openly communicate the things that they're feeling. Even if they do kind of still suck at baby safety.
Can't do it. Might be bad for you and the baby.
Oh, no. See, this is different. My partner isn't pregnant, and even if she was, I only use this pipe for smoking crack cocaine. But look at that! What a beautiful journey we took together. From finding out if you're in love to handling marriage conflict. That's pretty much all there is to it. Though I suppose you might still be left with one very important question. What if I get horny?
Do you remember when you told me that I might have such strong feelings about a boy that it might be hard for me to decide what's right to do?
Yeah, in this video, it's really fun to watch them talk about getting horny without actually saying the words, horny.
The feeling between us kept getting stronger and stronger.
Horny.
Your physical urges fight against your reason.
Horny.
It wasn't because I think of you as that kind of girl or anything like that.
Horny. Horny. And then our two lovebirds get interrupted by their school newspaper meeting.
Mary, how's that literary page shaping up?
It's not very spectacular. One story and one poem, and that's all.
Stu? Just the pictures. Yeah, we need more pictures, don't we? You know, if Eileen were still here, we'd be set. Oh, she could whip up some great little cartoons in no time.
Poor Eileen. She's probably so busy looking after the baby, she's forgotten she could ever draw.
Yeah, no, you gotta feel pretty bad for parents, man. Once they pop a little goblin out of their coochie, they just forget they could do anything other than take care of that little baby.
I feel kind of sorry for Fred. He always wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah.
Hey, Terry, I got it. Eileen had a whole bunch of cartoons we didn't use last year. I bet we could use some of those.
Okay, everybody, same time tomorrow afternoon.
What? Okay, yeah, I just double checked. I think I missed this in the first watch through, but that's all their school newspaper meeting is. They meet up, they trash their teen mom friend, then decide to steal her artwork without consulting her, and leave. That's the whole meeting. Not to mention they talk about her like she's dead during it.
Eileen was a real good friend of mine.
Jeff, isn't that Eileen?
Jesus Christ. Maybe she is dead. Sorry, that was rude. I'm not trying to slam her looks. All I meant was, she doesn't look 17. But at this point, the video just kind of wraps up pretty predictably. You know, they show that the teen mom's life is absolutely garbage, and the two teenagers learn to be able to make out without the urge to have unprotected sex. I mean, legitimately, we could probably just solve this video if we go back to the beginning.
Mother, is it wrong to feel warm and affectionate when you're with a boy you really like?
Being horny is normal, but the dangers of sex are real. Don't let anyone pressure you into a situation you're not ready for, but also don't be ashamed of the way your body feels. There you go. That was so easy. I fixed the 50s. So what did we learn today? that love is a complicated thing that you can't just jump into? That even when you find it, it doesn't mean you're ready for marriage? Maybe that love has rough spots, but you can use communication to get through conflict and come out with an even stronger relationship. Nah, we just learned that everyone in the 50s was horny as hell. I mean, it's the same as we are today, except they didn't want to use the word horny, which just made it more difficult to have an open line of communication on your honest feelings, and how and where you can express those feelings, and how to balance them with safe choices. Are you in love? Probably not yet. You're probably just kind of horny. Should you get married? Feels like you probably just want to have sex because you're horny, so no.
But why?
Marriage conflict? Alright, this one didn't really fit into my horny narrative. But obviously this one is just straight up all about being horny. Which is all stuff I already knew! I know I'm horny! That doesn't help me with my relationship problems! So, I guess my relationship is still pretty screwed, but join me next time when we break into human rights in the 1950s. It's gonna be a shit show.